Yeah, come on down, Jake. You come on down, son.
Richard Chapman is showing us how liquor is made. This is 2,000 pounds of local corn going into a 2,300-gallon cooker with 185-degree water.
See, hear it roaring? That's the steam.
As it cooks, workers add enzymes, barley, and yeast to create mash like this.
That's making alcohol right now.
The mash then goes into the distillery.
So that's really 4 distillations plus the one here, that's 5. The percentage of corn, the percentage of wheat, the percentage of rye, and the percentage of barley all change your flavor profile.
The bourbon and whiskeys also get their flavor from barrels like this rye.
About ready right now, as dark as it is.
All of this happens under the roof of Bogue Sound Distillery. It's on the mainland side of the Sound across from Emerald Isle.
My stepfather had a 10-gallon copper still, made peach brandy and apple brandy. I got to learn about that.
Chapman studied engineering and chemistry at NC State, but went on to a career in real estate and land development.
And I turned 66, and I told my wife, I said, I'm retiring from the other stuff. I'm going to start a distillery.
He opened Bogue Sound Distillery in June 2018.
It's fun. It's just another chemistry test, that's all.
This is the John A.P. Connolly bourbon, okay? Now it's 105 proof, so it's got some heat to it.
Chapman makes higher proof liquors because he says they have more flavor if you know how to drink them. With his bourbon, he first has customers swirl a bit on their tongues, then with a few drops of water added.
And what that does is that releases the acid, so the next sip you take, you get more of the flavors of the bourbon. It just kind of opens it up. Now you'll be amazed at how different that second sip is.
That really surprised me. I've never had that experience before.
There's a salted caramel whiskey.
It's great in coffees, teas, over ice cream, and shakes, but it's great to sip on straight, so just try a little bit of it by itself.
The peanut butter whiskey is also great straight.
You ready for some jelly drops?
With jelly drops added, it's like sipping a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
After the samples, I would definitely come back here and do this again.
The distillery also makes Vizsla vodka.
We did it as a sipping vodka, not a mixing vodka.
And there's a sip of history in every bottle of liquor, including the Bombshell Gin.
It makes a great martini.
It makes an even better story. It's named for Chapman's father, a B-17 pilot in World War II who was shot down and captured.
My dad lost 5 people in his plane, so this is to these families.
This is named in honor of the crew of the Carolina Queen.
Tours begin with the history behind the names of the liquors, then go into the distillery to show how they're all made.
The last thing that goes in is the yeast.
Tours cover everything from the mash making to the bottling.
Once this eye sees the bottle, it'll put a front label on, keep spinning with the times we put in, and it'll gap them out evenly.
Chapman wants visitors to enjoy the whole experience, the tours, the tastings, the drinks, and the history. He also wants them to understand that enjoying fine liquor is like enjoying fine wine.
It's pretty much on the same level. You have to smell the flavors. You have to understand the complexity of what you're trying to have here and what we're trying to achieve and what we're doing.